Hello, I'm Toycat, and Minecraft has one of the internet's biggest communities, and every year we get a great collection of ideas from it. Some of these are good enough to go straight into the game, and others are not so great. Many are also illogical, illegal, or immoral, and sometimes all free. And so let's go through the shittiest Minecraft suggestions of 2023. And believe me when I say there are some bad ones here. Some of these start so well intending, like Silk Touch 5. Silk Touch shouldn't just stop at 1, I totally agree, and the idea of it breaking water or lava or powdered snow makes a lot of sense until they keep going on and they say also air, the sun, the moon, clouds, and spawners. Okay, well this idea starts to fall apart. The same thing is also true for suggestions like having an anvil that is made from netherite. It sounds like a really good one on the surface, and the same thing is true for making shulkers create the heart particle effects when they fire their bullets. They are making love with those projectiles, and so why won't Minecraft acknowledge that? And then you get ideas which are clearly trying to make an interesting statement, political or otherwise, like renaming Enderman to Enderperson. It's not that terrible of an idea when you think about it. We don't know that they're men in particular, or making dolphins more realistic. They could do this by gang each other, raping players, decapitating fish, and then using the fish as flashlights,
using eels as clouds, sticking their in each other's blowholes, getting high from pufferfish toxins, and then passing the pufferfish to their fellow dolphins so they can get high too, and being rats towards each other.
All of those things are real dolphin behaviors, by the way, but I think they're just trying to make a point that they don't like dolphins, and or Minecraft shouldn't be realistic all of the time. Oh yeah, a bit of a weird one. And then sometimes you have a weird mix of the both with a bit of random thrown in, like what if using shears on a snow golem without a pumpkin gave you snowballs? I mean, it's so sad to think. What is he doing to deserve this? He's one of the cutest mobs. All he wants to do is help you out, and you want to destroy him. It makes sense, but it sounds like this person is the one who should be turned into snowballs personally. We also have ideas like remove Herobrine. I don't know why Mojang stopped removing Herobrine. He keeps coming back and digging holes. And so before we dive into the top 10 of the entire year, I think we should start with some real endearing ones that really almost won me over to their cause, like Silk Touch 5, or like adding a new ore called silver. It should be really common, more common than coal. Sounds good so far. It could be used for silver blocks, okay. A redstone item that senses rain, yeah, and binoculars, and literally nothing else. And I think they're making some point about copper there. That is how they would implement silver, to be fair, so it's not actually that terrible of an idea. It's just not a good idea. This is not a shitty Minecraft suggestion. This is a fine, okay suggestion. Speaking of fine, okay suggestions, putting an observer next to a bed grants the advancement. Who's the creeper now? I just love it so much. I think this is a really good point. You shouldn't be able to put observers next to beds unless the game is going to shame you for it. The game needs to teach us morality. That is the whole point they're always trying to raise of these environmental concerns. If we can't feed cookies to parrots because it might poison them, we shouldn't be able to look at other players' beds. Toycat for Minecraft CEO 2023. Wait, I mean 2024, and I guess also I'll be president, and I'll also make sure that people can't observe your beds in the real world. This is the #1 policy that I'll be elected on, and I promise that I'll do that, and probably not even too many other corrupt things. Speaking of not many other corrupt things, I really like the idea of Mojang having a splash text to reference their game. They have all these splash texts saying to go try Terraria, go try these other games, and I think what would be far more interesting if they say, go play Minecraft. Honestly, Minecraft needs to do precisely that. Also, Bedrock Diamond Ore generates at -60 to -64, 2 times more frequently than Deep Slate, drops 1 diamond, veins are 1.5 size, and can't be mined or destroyed in any other way because it's Bedrock. It's an endearing idea. That would happen to some of the diamonds, right? They'd get trapped below things you otherwise can't get. I mean, it perfectly makes sense as far as I'm concerned. Make testificates even more anti-Semitic. The villagers already look like indefensible anti-Semitic caricatures, so what with keeping to themselves, not talking to you, large noses, and controlling the economy, but that was enough to offend people when they were added. Now the world has gone much further, and so the testificates must get worse, or they won't make people angry anymore. This will be good for automation. I mean, it is an interesting point, like whether intentional or not, the testificates do have a lot of interesting, like, anti-Semitic vibes to them, in a way that, you know, it doesn't actually make any sense to anyone who cares, but it's interesting that of all the things that Minecraft has, indeed, adding LGBTQ rainbow flags to villages feels more like a realistic suggestion than having the testificates have their questionable features removed, which is an interesting point about preserving heritage, maybe you might say. Speaking of preserving heritage, if you eat pork and your language is set to Arabic, then you die in real life. Okay, see, equally offensive, you might say. Remove golden carrots because horses cannot eat gold because it is hazardous to their health. It is a wild thing that if you eat one of the more poisonous things in the real world, the game actively encourages you, but that's a real thing, I guess. By the way, and I don't know why I have to clarify this in a Minecraft video, but both of those suggestions were many months old, predating any form of conflict, and in case you think that offensive ideas are limited to just that one region of the world, don't worry, we've got all the other offensive ideas here too, such as naming a mob causes it to pull out a Luger and shoot itself, or naming a mob Mussolini should have the same effect as naming them Dinnerbone. I think in exchange for that, though, if you do this to a mob, the minecarts in your world should all run in time. Very good idea, in my opinion. Just like how you could argue it's a very good idea that if you play Minecraft for 1,961 years at night, you'll be able to pillar up until you reach the moon. We also have the idea of a 10% chance of your Minecraft world not having an overworld, a Texas biome that is the entire state of Texas, built at a 1-to-1 scale, and, in case you think these are all making jabs in the wrong places, how about the idea of Minecraft having a occupational health and safety administration, and Mojang will remove servers that do not comply with their requirements? It just makes sense. If they're already following American morality and laws for all their servers anyway, why not also follow American occupational safety and health administration for all the people who need to be protected while they're at work? Speaking of being at work, remove suicidal thoughts. This is sad. I don't know why, but every time I'm near a cliff, I feel the need to jump off it to my death. Same with drowning. I'm worried that I might start doing the same while playing Minecraft. And I will lose my hardcore world. Okay, so with silly suggestions like that, I think this is one of the things that will always cause bad ideas to float to the top because they're so bad that they just become funny in a way, like adding immigration. When a village is pillaged, villagers have a 50% chance to leave the village and run to the nearest, richest village. There are three options. They could integrate, they could not be accepted, and they could form a slum, or the new villagers rush the creation of iron golems to try and dispose of the new villagers. It's a dark but real look into the real world. Not really so much of a Minecraft idea as it is a a vibe of how people see the real world. Speaking of that though, there are some of these ideas that actually start to really sound like they're good, and then at the last minute they take you away from it. Like, you won't be able to cook any meat if the animal you got it from had the fire resistance effect applied. I just love this idea so much. It makes sense that if an animal has fire resistance and then it dies, that would transfer into the meat. Indeed, if I drink a lot of if I have a lot of a drug, that drug will be in my meat if I were to die and someone were to eat me. Please don't, by the way. So I think that in the same way, you should be able to give a splash potion of speed to a pig, and you should get speedy pork chops. I think this is a great idea, and I don't know why it's one of the best worst suggestions of the year. Speaking of best worst suggestions, I also do quite like the idea if you use a looting sword in PvP, the enemy player drops more items when killed. It just makes sense, right? I mean, you've got looting on. We also have the idea of shovels dealing more damage to withers. A wither is made up of 4 soul sand blocks, so a shovel should be able to kill it faster. These ideas really compel me. I think they should really go through these. And the one that made me saddest is one of the ideas I've been yelling about for years. Killing mobs with a silk touch sword puts mobs in your inventory is not just an idea from my heart and our little community here, but has made its way into the worst Minecraft suggestions of the year. 29th? You're telling me that this is a worse Minecraft suggestion than adding immigration or the anti-Semitism or okay, you know what? I am very offended. It's not often that one of your favorite Minecraft ideas gets called shitty, but okay then, fine, let's move on to the ideas that are so much better and / or much worse than this, such as remove the blue axolotl, but don't tell anyone so people will go insane trying to get one from breeding. I mean, that's a devious idea. That is in fact much worse. I'll give them that. Every time you sleep in a bed, there is a 0.1% chance you wet it, and the chance increases if you drank any milk, water, or potions recently. I don't think you can, I guess you can drink water, but I don't think anyone does. We should all be dying of thirst, really. Once you wet the bed, it turns into a soggy bed, which can be picked up like a normal bed. Soggy beds are disgusting and thus cannot be slept on again until they're cleaned. And they can be cleaned by placing them in the nether and right-clicking. Okay, very, very fun. They work like dripstone. You can have it on the wall and allow pics to continuously drip from it, and this is the most terrible wall of text I've ever read. This is in fact shitty, just like adding fish. What is this? How is this a worse idea? You know what? This is offensive to me. The Nether should be occasionally closed for maintenance. I mean, every good form of transportation is. Why not the Nether? In hard difficulty, the player has a cock and balls that needs to be protected. Okay, that's being a bit edgy. If your language is set to Russian, villagers won't trade with you because you're sanctioned. This will simplify poverty grinders. I mean, I'm just saying, we've gone through all of these sanctions for Russia, and so why is it that Russians can trade in Minecraft? Don't we know we're enriching Russian Minecraft players, allowing them to get diamond pickaxes and the like? Absolutely ridiculous. Just like how it's ridiculous to have the sniffer throw up if he accidentally sniffs your... You know, I'm not going to finish that idea. Add the ability to comfort crying obsidian. Add the nerd face emoji to Minecraft. The new mob, the nerd, spawns in all biomes, and every time you do something not in the most efficient way possible, he says, actually, and explains the best method possible to do what you're currently doing. Plus, if you kill him, you get the nerd glasses, which when equipped to the helmet slot, all mobs avoid you because you're a nerd, just like in real life, where you have no bitches nor friends. And I have to say, they don't have to add this to Minecraft. All you have to be is a Minecraft streamer, and anyone will come into the game and be like, I don't care if you're having fun. This could be done more efficiently if you put up 4 beacons over here. And so, you know, I have a very particular relation to this. Remove monsters from Minecrafter, but they're both spelt wrong. Trigger warning, spooky. Yesterday, I was exploring caves, and I was so tense because I'm afraid of caves. And I had no torches with me, and then suddenly I was attacked, and I didn't even see who it was. And I started, so I screamed, and it was scary, and my mum got mad and told me not to play Minecraft anymore. We also have add abilities to kill mobs with en passant. En passant, if you're curious, is a chess move that was added because the ability to move your pawn 2 pieces forwards is a relatively recent addition to chess, like 1800s or so. You know, for a game as old as chess, that's like a recent patch. And so to counteract it and to make sure it doesn't change the meta, you can take a pawn as if it's in the 1 position forward place if you ever get close to it. Here is the Wikipedia animation for it. As you can see, the pawn moves 2 spaces forwards. You can take it as if it was in its original space. It's a very confusing thing. I think this is a chess meme that's leaked into Minecraft, but I like the idea. I don't know how this one made it into Minecraft. I think it's a bit of a meme in the chess community that has leaked into Minecraft, so glad we have chess fans. But that was the 10th worst suggestion of 2023, meaning there are 9 worse ideas in here. The 9th is when you first get the game, you get a pop-up saying, excuse me, this is not yours craft, this is Minecraft. And then the game closes and you get notifications saying Mojang has rightfully taken back their game. Because Minecraft is played from their own launcher, the Minecraft launcher, they could do this, probably not legally, but who's to say what legal matters when you're a bad suggestion? Rename the Nitwit Villager to Redditor. Both are basically the same. Get up late, bored, lazy, jobless, contribute almost nothing to society. Nitwits can breed though, so it should be removed for parity. Oof. Anyway, we also have, instead of fighting the Ender Dragon, she just asked you a whole bunch of maths questions. I find it really unfair that I have to do fighting, I suck at combat, while my math skills aren't utilized in any way, shape or form. Please nurture my math skills. I'm picturing it being like the typing challenge games, you have to type words to kill bosses, but it's doing maths. I like that. You know, honestly, it'd be a different boss fight. You have to waterlog an inventory slot so coral doesn't die. I think you should be able to store coral in water buckets. It makes more sense than having it in your inventory where it's somehow fine. It implies you have very wet pockets. Why does Steve have some wet pockets? If he doesn't have wet pockets, how is he magically able to store it there? In fact, how is he magically able to store 1,700 items anyway? Someone needs to answer these questions, and I don't think it's going to be Mojang. Minecraft should do a brand deal with Bad Dragon and make it Ender Dragon themed. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that. Add a splash text that says rub one out for Jeb. Don't add sex. Add femboys to Minecraft. They would add more diversity and representation to the game. You know, I think this is only 25 days old, but I hate to break it to you right now. PLA and Bigginess PL. Wait, what sort of a username is that? But to break it to you right now, we already have a femboy in Minecraft, and in fact, there's a 1 in 9 chance that when you play the game, you randomly get the femboy skin. So, I mean, pretty decent odds, right? Wait, I want to confirm that's true. The skins in Minecraft. So I just typed in skin, and apparently it's the largest organ in the body, but I meant skin Minecraft default, I guess is what I'm going for. I'll get there eventually. So there are new default Minecraft skins, and you randomly get assigned any of these, and I think, you know, without going too far here, I think it's fairly easy to say that one of these can be a femboy if you just imagine it, right? I mean, I'm looking around, I'm seeing some femboy characteristics over there. I think this is offensive, and I should end with the very best worst suggestion of 2023. What do you think it's going to be? I personally had high hopes. The last few years, we've had some real bangers in this slot. Montage.
In the Nether, biome hell should be renamed to heck.
Rename stone to cobblestone ore. Naming your ocelot, IBX Toycat, causes it to constantly complain about the lack of a cave update. Add dream cheated splash text to the main menu, make slime balls visible on the slime. But this year we have, if you drop below 1 FPS, there are PowerPoint transitions when a new frame loads. This would make the game more realistic for players on low-end devices, and I feel this pain. I used to have to play Minecraft on a device where it was so juddery, and you're not even really playing a game once it gets below a certain frame rate, but you just want to play Minecraft so bad, and you tell yourself it's fine. And one of my great joys is that in the last few years, indeed, for most of the time of this channel, being able to play Minecraft on a device that can actually handle it has been absolutely beautiful, something I really value. And so I want to say right here and now that it's something I'm thankful to all of you for watching for, and also thankful for 4J Studios for making it work on a console, so instead of playing on my terrible laptop, I could play on my Xbox 360 and get a full 60 FPS version of Minecraft. Indeed, if right now you are looking to get Minecraft for someone in your life, I still do think that there are valid reasons to get the console version of the game, mostly because it's free on Games Pass if you already have it. There are lots of benefits of playing on console, and so I just want to say, if you're watching this video and considering getting Minecraft for someone as a gift, and you're going to be doing it on a console, I think there are lots of valid reasons to do so. Consider spending a tiny bit more. At the current pricing, it literally is a couple of pounds. In fact, in some cases, you might save some money and buying the edition version of the game. This looks like this if you're playing on an Xbox One. It looks like this on a PlayStation 4, which you can still play on your PlayStation 5, by the way. And if you buy this, you will get the newest version of Minecraft, as well as being able to play the old edition, something which I feel like gives a lot of people that better split screen experience, that better performance. And so yeah, it's a fun thing that you can do right now. As someone who is a collector, I have bought quite a few copies just because they will not sell you this version digitally, and they would really rather not sell you the print copies. However, you can buy them pre-owned, and so if you want to do so, I'll leave an Amazon link in the description, something which maybe you can do to make someone's Christmas a little bit better. If they have no idea about Minecraft, they're going to be confused by the old version, but at some point in the future, you or them, or hopefully both, will appreciate that you gave them the OG version, because it literally just is, you get that version and also get the new one, something I personally find to be valuable. Speaking of things I personally find to be valuable, I hope you have all enjoyed today's video. The best ideas are, indeed, or the worst ideas are ones that really tend to have a lot of difference in them, but I think that this year has been notable for just absolutely shitting on my favorite idea. When you kill a mob with the silk touch, you should get a spawn egg for that mob because you're silk touching it. It makes just as much sense as breaking glass and getting it back, and so you should silk touch a mob. It should go into a little ball, like almost like a pokeball, like an egg, and then it should stay in your inventory until you replace it somewhere else. But apparently, that is known as a shitty suggestion. I am disappointed, but you know what I'm not disappointed with? You for watching this video and enjoying the channel this year. Thank you for subscribing, because I look forward to seeing you next year for one of my favorite video series on the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you when I'm president. Goodbye.